Cold Spring is a fantastic community. It is fun, it is beautiful, and the people who live here and work here have just been so gracious and helpful to everyone.
Cold Spring is a community made up of people that care for one another. We also need to be able to face the challenges of the future as we evolve, as we grow, as we change. And I believe that you've got people here that care enough to take those risks, to step out where we haven't stepped before, and to do that in a way where we maintain family, we maintain loving and caring for one another that holds our heritage, that maintains what we've done in the past and brings it forward.
When the City of Cold Spring first approached the Initiative Foundation about the Healthy Communities Partnership Program, they were facing a number of challenges. First of all, it's a rapidly growing area. With their beautiful lakes and physical amenities, many people like to move to the area. Secondly, many of those physical pieces, their parks and trails, had deteriorated and really needed to be improved and expanded. And while they're a great American downtown, just like many great American downtowns, they're facing deterioration, design changes, loss of historic places.
As a kid, I always seen the potential that the community had, and I loved the community the way it was for years, but always had the ability to be really unlike any other place in the world. And we wish to remain a small town, both in terms of character and size, and certainly to become one of the destination cities in the state of Minnesota.
The downtown of Cold Spring, what a great place. The first thing I noticed the first time I was there was the smell from the bakery. They have a great bakery, nationally known. Other things they have is a downtown grocery store, mini cafes, hardware stores, really all the pieces you need to make a great downtown. But one of their challenges was it was becoming a hodgepodge of different designs. Everything looked different, everything from brick to metal to wood. And so the team worked hard to create design standards to bring some really local personality to the downtown and keep some consistency.
The farmers market was identified in our brainstorming process from the very beginning, and one of our leaders, in fact, of the 2020 started this and really planted the seed with local growers that literally within half a dozen months we had a farmers market happening. As we look to the band, the community band, our community has so many wonderful folks that know how to play instruments. It's really been a marvelous opportunity to see, again, people from all around the area take a piece of their lives that they've had always and put it out there for the community to enjoy.
Cold Spring's a rapidly growing area, but one of the reasons it is growing so rapidly is its natural beauty. Having 17 lakes in the area, other natural resources of significance, including the river, and the local team wanted to make sure that in the midst of all this growth, these things weren't lost.
A lot of people said that they were looking to have more pedestrian opportunities in the community, and especially trails. And so what we did is we began working on a 12-mile trail 3 years ago, and today we stand at the edge of our downtown on the river, and soon we'll see that Rocori Trail go through this community in a matter of only several years.
There are a group of people here that know how to make things happen. And because of that, we can go from the parks, the Lions Park, where there was probably close to 150 people out in 100-degree weather planting these little plants and making a difference in terms of the watershed.
In addition to these challenges, a growing Latino population has been looked at by this team as an opportunity and not a problem to be solved. They've worked very hard to involve Latinos in the planning process.
They're here because they're looking for a new life for their family. Many of them are coming from areas that are very economically depressed. They want to be part of the community, and they want to give back to the community. They're starting to get involved in projects now where they aren't just receiving services, but they're part of the process of making sure that other people are welcomed into the community.
It's just a change, you know, in the community, and the change works both ways. You know, it's scary when you're coming into a new community, and it's scary when you're in the community forever and you have this whole new group coming in. And I think that'll just take time, and eventually that'll come together and meld nicely.
When we think about all the things that this community has accomplished, one thing that's easy to overlook are the people behind the scenes. The local volunteers who have made these things a reality. Without them, none of it could have happened.
It seems that there's an attitude of, if I have a passion, if I can tie into this, I'm going to contribute. Because that's really what it comes down to, is we put an article in the paper and people show up. And from there, it just happens. It just really happens.
Beneath Cold Spring's sparkling lakes, bustling streets, and close-knit neighborhoods, there lies 1 million tons of solid granite. It's no wonder that this community has a granite will. Residents came to the Initiative Foundation with the courage to change and the vision to dream. Powered by hundreds of volunteers, they harnessed the Foundation's Healthy Communities Partnership Program to transform hometown pride into hometown results. A thriving downtown, unparalleled parks, trails, and natural resources, and the uncommon philosophy that everybody is somebody, regardless of age, work, or culture. That's why it's the people of Cold Spring, not just the granite, who stand as a monument to the power of rural Minnesota. For proof